de se bu nkompa na je zakakra na mfimi na ka be 2 months pe na mfimi no na mo ni atra kama nti esese mo koso an entra sa me ba bia makobia no me nyo bia me pe na mfo prokisen me nyanya ba ko a I have it tough to break. The menu masofo menu anum the inform for baby amekobia me share no still that's why for we share secrets, we share so many things in common, and I wish when say na maba henso ebeto so meda mo se papa na meda mada me uranom asofo mienu am no ma yadwuma. We are together, we share and we work together, and I wish that she will continue. Say it was so ewo ya sofu dwuma mu anapai de Asia miti edu ntemwa and say care for one another. Care for one another. In other words, be your brother's keeper. Care for one another. And the readings that we read were from 1 Peter 3, 8 to 12. Romans chapter 12, verse 9 to 21. Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 to 38. Every minister who indeed has been called by God has a purpose. One thing that he is or she is in the ministry for. Everyone who has been called. Some have been called into the ministry for administrative work, others for teaching purposes, others for pastoring, others as evangelists, others as prophets. I have 3, but the most important one that I always leave as it takes precedence upon the others is caring, that is pastoring. And it was when I read Matthew chapter 9, 35 to 38. It was true that God called me. So I am in the Methodist Church Ghana ministry because of Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 to 38. And this has been with me throughout my Christian life. And I'm going to prepare, I've started to prepare a book on why I am in Methodist Church because of Matthew chapter 9, 35. So by all means, in future you hear. I even wanted to do PhD on that, but when I went to them, they said, Azafo, if you want to do something about this, go and refresh your Greek and your Hebrew and others. And I said, okay, I'll come back. And I didn't go back because I don't want to go back to read my, refresh my Greek and others. But it doesn't mean that I shouldn't continue I read my destiny, the book that I'm writing about that. So I am in the ministry because of this test, and I am for that. Those who know me can testify that that has been my focal area in the ministry. Brothers and sisters, Christianity is one of the religious, or it is part of the religions that we have in the world that care for its members. When you read from Acts chapter 4, verse 34, this is clearly spelled out there. Acts chapter 4, verse 34. Christian religion is into caring for the members. Jesus Christ charged his followers at that time and today to care for one another if you want to remain his followers. John chapter 13, verse 34 and 35. John chapter 13, verse 34 and 35. Jesus told them that love one another, care for them, provide for them, if indeed you want to remain my disciples. You must do that exactly. So as Christians, you have no business than to care for others. Christians must show this character in everywhere that we find ourselves. So Matthew chapter 9, 35 to 38 that we read shows, as I said, my vision and mission in the ministry of the Methodist Church Ghana. So in the Matthew chapter 9, if you read from verse 1 downward, the Pharisees accused Jesus for 4 different sins. Pharisees, they were always on the neck of Jesus Christ. And what they did was that they always accused him. Always accuse him. 1, blasphemy. That Jesus is saying certain things that should not be said of him. Saying, I am the Messiah who has come. The people thought that it was blasphemous. How can Jesus say that? Are you the Messiah? Don't you know you? Your brother and sisters are here. Have you forgotten that you are the son of this a carpenter? And you are claiming that you are the Messiah. Who told you? So they were always on Jesus' neck. Number 2, for befriending without outcasts. One of the charges against Jesus was this, that he was always with people who were downtrodden, people who were always needy, the poor people, those who were sick. Why Jesus were always with them. Number 3, that Jesus was in piety. Then number 4, Jesus was accused of serving Satan. So Jesus was also accused of that. Why were they against Jesus? Why? Simply because Jesus bypassed their religious authority. They will always claim, when they are coming, you see them that yes, a pastor, a priest, a Pharisee is coming, and all that they were interested were just to show off, show where power lies. If you misbehave, not even misbehave, if you don't toe their line, then you'll be severely dealt with. That is what they were interested. But to have Jesus, people in heart, no. Jesus again weakened their control over the people. And this is one thing that I don't like at all. You visit a church. There was a church that the immediate past second steward stood up at a sanctuary, and he was on the microphone saying that I want to dare. I say, if you're not crazy, I am daring. Obi a wasori mu a wo ba ye wo ho se wo bompa ye wo ye, I'm daring those